just like Height's modern aesthetic case with the Y70 and the Y60. And it's a very interesting catastrophe of the case. Ignoring things like the fact that they got their own stock fan counter onto the specs, they also borrow slogans and quotes. For example, the Asus-inspired, but definitely dramatically wrong, created for those who dare to win. Be gamer. And again, modern aesthetic case. Even the description text is literally copy-pasted, with chamfered molding on the top and bottom of the chassis grounded the case visually and allows for glass-free displays. But not every statement is stolen. GameMax is nowhere to change the world for good. With over 15 years of experience creating PC cases, with over 10 years of experience creating PC cases, be ready, be gamer. And finally, Diamond... We've criticized designs that have been clear rip-offs before, but maybe we've been spoiled because most of the rip-offs we've criticized have at least been legally distinct. Today, GameMax is here to show us what a real rip-off is, with the Height HYPE case that looks nearly identical to the Height HYTE Y60. It makes the Game DS NISO P1 look like a respectful homage. And actually, the Game DS GC7 and the Game DS GC4, actually also the Game DS GC3 and the GC2. Actually, maybe we need to look at Game DS next. But we're talking about Hype today, and it really leaves us dumbfounded because nearly everything in the GameMax catalog is at least a surface level ripoff. There's some Be Quiet style, some Jones Bow or Anades, plenty of Inwin, a touch of NZXT for style, Cooler Master, Corsair, Cougar, obviously Lian Li, but none of them cross the line between similar and blatant actual theft like the Hype does. And some may be just legitimate coincidences. GameMax has made some cool designs with some strange names, but unfortunately, we'd be reluctant to review those in the event that they are also stolen. And actually, regardless, we're kind of reluctant to review the Diamond COC in general. That stands for cooling and overclocking, by the way, and they say it's patented. But why bother? Before that, this video is brought to you by Arctic and the Liquid Freezer 3, which we've tested using our standard methodology and found to be one of the most noise-efficient CPU coolers on our charts. The Liquid Freezer 3 includes Ryzen offset mounting to improve AMD performance and uses a thicker radiator to further lower the temperature. Arctic has priced these competitively for AIOs, and you can learn more at the link in the description below. This case has been somehow around since September of 2023, according to Internet Archive, so over a year after the Y60 original came out, which is this case, the one that has really gotten critical acclaim. It's been wildly successful for Height. The box is already just an obvious enough ripoff, but that isn't even worth talking about when we start looking at how bad the case actually is. This whole thing is this monstrosity, where it's like GameMax, they didn't understand why Height did the things they did. This is kind of the start to the problem. It's just this giant bulbous steel panel that kind of floats around on top here, like that, for a slotting mechanism. We're just using Phillips head screws, which is creative, like more refinement from a case that costs $150. So again, it's just you buy a sheet, it's $110 or so on AliExpress. It's kind of expensive ripoff. Inside, they've got these kind of nasty standoffs with screws to hold all the flat panels in place. Amateur hour stuff, disposable one-time use PCIe slot covers. Afterthought slapped on that kind of stuff. Filters that cover the holes we showed earlier. The top panel on our unit was physically caved in. The screws holding the cable bar were stripped to varying degrees, and the dot filter at the bottom was impossible to prevent. Massive gaps between the glass paneling. It's just really not formative. Now back to the incorrect spec table, it also notes that front I/O features quote button. Cool! Reset is wired to the RGB controller out of the box. The lighting can also be controlled with a remote or a motherboard header, but it frequently fails to respond to the remote for mysterious reasons. The reasons are it sucks. But my favorite feature was there's some screws down here And my first thought was maybe this is like a dust filter or something, but no, actually, it does this.
T-minus 10 seconds, clear landing zone.
There we go. It does that.
This is Pelican 1.
Look at that.
Visual on the extraction zone.
4 inches shorter.
Orbital strike.
And
Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated.
it
Watch
looks
where
like
you
we can
stand.
even hack a little more off still.
That's nice.
It does kind of look better this way. Getting rid of all the misaligned metal. This whole thing is just going to be an extended piss take, by the way. The Height Y60 was designed with vertical.
Stand by for takeoff.
It was designed with vertical GPUs in mind. You can see that here. They include a riser. They built it and shaped it in a way where the card is out of the way.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1
Height
beginning
also
ascent.
has vertical mounting. Unfortunately, this is very close to the furnace, so this is going to produce one of the worst possible results. Additionally, it is located so close to the fan mount that GPUs of any modern height conflict with it, so we couldn't fit our own testing card in here. It's unnecessarily tall, they don't include a riser, and even if it had worked, the performance would have sucked